from there?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so for the film and TV day, we've got Lindsay Williams, who's the series producer of Waterloo Road, and she's worked on Coronation Street, EastEnders, The Royal.
The Royal.
The Royal.
I definitely know what The Royal is.
Yeah, she's worked on loads and loads of soaps and things like that. But she's going to do a storyliners workshop, which I think is pretty cool. So, like, if you're ever interested to sort of know how to sort of write for soap operas, basically, really.
Yeah.
So she's been doing that. And she was trained and she used to live in Oldham for many years. So she's an Oldhamer. And we've got Marie Haynes, who's kind of at the very beginning of her career. So she's doing a film, or trying to get a feature film made called Rosie Knuckles, which is about boxing.
Hence the boxing club.
Hence the boxing
We didn't do that as well this time.
And then, so she's going to be telling people about the process of kind of having an idea, and the gem of an idea, and then how do you see that through? How do you make that into that feature? And then we've got Joanne Moss, who's a casting director, but she's also she does the casting at Coronation Street for ITV.
Cool.
She's an Oldhamer through and through. And then we've got Nick Connor. And what you tell me about Nick?
Nick's a writer and director. He's from Royton. Yeah.
Do we want anybody from Royton in the festival?
You're from Royton.
Not for much longer, because I'm moving to Oldham. Oh, well, one, baby.
He's a writer and director. He had a really successful short film made, Cotton Wool, which is beautiful. It made me cry.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
And that won all the awards under the sun, basically. It won every award in the world, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I think he's currently in production on his first feature film.
Oh, I'm so
which
pleased
is really
for
exciting.
him.
Yeah.
So that day's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
I might even go to that day.
Yeah? Can I go to that day?
No, you can't. I'm going to facilitate that day, I think, actually. So I'm going to be going, hey, Joe, what's it like working on the telly?
You're going to flirt with all the telly people? Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that sounds about nice. So that's something new that we didn't do last year, isn't it? So that'll be quite exciting.
I think people will really get into that, and especially because it's like £10 for the whole day. You can come and go, you can network. I think it's really, really good for the people who want to get into that side of the industry.
Yeah.
What's your standouts at the minute? What's your favourite stuff?
What that I'm excited about?
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited about our play.
Yeah.
Everything that should have been. That I've written, that you're directed, the cast for it are ridiculously good.
So good.
We've also got a choreographer on, so there's going to be some sort of movement, physical theatre stuff in there.
Every time I watch those in rehearsals, I think at the end of every scene I go, oh no, it's so sad.
Yeah. And the play's quite heartbreaking. It's probably my most experimental play in terms of like structure and theatricality and stuff. But also it's still very relatable and very very grounded in
I know in rehearsals I've always got something to say. I feel a bit like an old woman. I did this and then I feel like this, and then I have to stop myself talking because it could be all about Miranda and it's not. It's kind of like your play.
I'm really excited about Pink Zip's play. James Wakes Up. That's got an amazing cast attached to it. So that looks really good, and tickets are flying for that as well.
I know, that's
I've had
really
a look.
good. Is Joe Walsh directing that?
Yeah, Joe's directing that. So
brilliant.
then that's an amazing team. Eve Phillips is assistant directing it.
Cool.
So it's got a really cool creative team, and they're a great theatre company, to be fair. What else am I excited for?
I'm excited for Neil Bell. So Neil Bell, if anybody doesn't know, is an Oldham actor. He was born in Wearmouth, but you will see him on Peaky Blinders, the film June.
Yeah.
He's literally done Pirates of the Caribbean. I think he's in the Pirates of the Caribbean as well. And so he's quite a big sort of film actor, really. He doesn't really do theatre or that much theatre, but he's written a new play. And he really wants to test it out in front of an audience, so he's doing a research and development piece. And he's got Ian Curley in it, who's also a famous Oldham actor. I don't know, Google him, Google him. So he's playing the lead, and he's got some other local Oldham thespians involved. So that's really good. So
Is Liam doing that?
Liam's doing that.
That's sick.
I know.
Yeah,
Liam's
that's well
doing
cool.
that. Yeah. Liam Pemberton.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Pennington?
Pennington.
Pennington.
Yeah,
That's cool. So, and that's only a £5. So it's an opportunity to see new work by somebody who's very sort of important in the industry.
Well famous.
He's been on like Peaky Blinders.
That's the least cool thing you've ever done.
Peaky Blinders.
Matt, on behalf of Dirty No Theatre, can we cut that, please?
Yeah. I should have done it in a Birmingham accent.
No, please don't do that.
That's going to be one of the lead reels.
Yeah. Peaky Blinders. He's been on Peaky Blinders.
Hey, that's not a bad Brummy accent.
Anyway, thanks.
I'm also excited about In Parallel's Day. She Who Dares. They're on, which is a whole day. In Parallel did a show last year, but this year we're giving them a whole day.
Yeah, we're like, please, will you run a day for us?
Do the day. So they're taking over Oldham Lyceum Theatre on the Saturday.
And
is
you
that
can have
right?
cream tea.
There's afternoon tea. I'm trying to think what's going on through the day. They're starting off with a creative workshop. Then there's like afternoon tea.
There's mini scripts where you can actually put one of your scripts forward and it can get performed. Eleanor Presswich is doing some poetry.
Yeah, and then who else is doing poetry? Anne-Marie Draycott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rachel Smith is doing a show.
Yeah, she's doing her work in progress show. Mother Dark.
Oh, well done.
Nice, is good, isn't it? And then Gold Digger Scruffs has got their show Silent Meow, which looks good as well.
But it's an all-female day, so come on, gals.
And I think it's all about supporting women's creativity, especially Oldham women's creativity.
Yeah,
so that'd be quite nice. And then, what's the most exciting day?
The free day.
The free day.
Everything's free.
If I know anything about people from Oldham, it's that we love free shit.
Yay!
That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
So we're really, really lucky to be partnering with Oldham Positive Action Network, who are a charity all about connecting local people with the local things going on in their community. They do some amazing work, and they've luckily sponsored the opening day of this festival, which means that we can offer the opening day of the festival's events for free. It means that we've been able to get some really interesting things on.
And pay people.
And pay people on that day for what they're doing.
People.
Yeah, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Should we go through what's on there?
Yeah.
Nice. So the day starts with Kathy Crabb's storytelling workshop.
Yeah, Kathy Crabb's a writer from Oldham, poet. She's a published poet. Her plays are amazing. For the people will probably know her as doing Dreamers at the Oldham Coliseum and Meat Pie Sausage Roll at the Oldham
Lindsay, who's doing the workshop.
Lindsay is doing the workshop as well. But her storytelling workshops are amazing.
Yeah, they're fucking
Even
amazing.
if you think I'm not a storyteller or I don't like writing or anything like that, she will cajole something out of you that you didn't even know was in you. That makes sense. Like a splinter.
Yeah. Then we've got Brendan Burns coming in doing a Theatre for Democracy workshop.
Yeah.
You've done one of his workshops before.
Yeah, stunning.
And
absolutely stunning. I don't understand how he does it. It's like he'll come into a group of people and if you're angry about something or you want to change something about a situation or the world or anything like that, he'll run this workshop and he really sort of like hones in on what it is that you actually say. I think loads of people are angry about stuff, but it's really difficult to put it into words. What is it specifically that you want changing, or what is it specifically that you're angry about?
Yeah.
And he does this workshop that really sort of squishes all your ideas together and helps you sort of zone in on what matters, if that makes sense. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, so that's going to be cool. And Brendan's really lovely. I've got the first session of my course of playwriting workshops.
Jake's a great writer. You should go on his workshops.
Yes.
They're amazing.
I definitely have not spelt playwriting wrong on the poster.
I can't believe if that was what was up with you the other night in rehearsals. Is that why you were so sad?
No, because I realised that afterwards. But yeah, it's a good sign, isn't it? But that first session is all about like idea generation. So like a lot of the times you look at like an empty page and you go, I don't know what to write about.
Yeah.
It's all the techniques of how to figure out what you want to write about.
Are you going to do, how does it smell?
Maybe. Yeah, I've got like 3 different exercises that I use to like start a project.
Cool.
And then we move into then we've got a few things going on like across the day.
Oh, yeah.
So Deggy, an artist at 1853 Studios, is doing like a community mural where everyone can come and just add to this mural.
That's going to be
and
so
it becomes
cool.
like a mural. And then Matt, you're doing something throughout the day from 5 till 8. Is that right? You're doing like 5-minute conversations.
5 minutes for Oldham.
Where people can drop into. Are they going to come into here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here or the other studio, yeah.
Yeah. And like that gives people the opportunity to tell their story, which would be really nice. And then you're going to be milling about and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that'll be really cool. And then we move into Choose Your Future by Next Wave Dance. They're a really cool dance company. They've got like an interactive dance piece, which is all about essentially like the audience become a government and they get to vote on things.
It's the way that towns spend their money, and it's like, should the town be spending more money on creativity, or should it be spending more money on the health service and things like that? And they kind of allow the audience to vote for what they think the money should be spent on, and then the dance changes accordingly.
Yeah,
it sounds
fucking amazing.
Crazy, but absolutely cool as well. Yeah.
And it's only short as well. It's about 15 to 20 minutes. So like, if it's something where you're like, I don't give a fuck about dance, or like, I don't get dance. It's like something where you can just go and have a gander.
Yeah,
like, there's no pressure.
Yeah.
Then we've got the lovely Chloe GF. Doing a little acoustic set. Chloe's an Oldham musician.
Did I tell you that I'm Chloe's #1 fan?
I'm Chloe's #2 fan.
Are you?
Yeah.
On Spotify when it did you? It actually puts me at
That's amazing.
I know. Literally, I think I played her something like 2,000 times or something ridiculous.
And then Chloe did the music for one of our plays, Young Love, didn't she? Which was really cool.
Yeah.
But she's really
California
cool.
or somewhere.
Yeah, she's in LA at the minute.
Like, never stops going around the world. It's ridiculous.
Literally.
And what's really cool about Chloe is that she kind of makes some money through busking.
Yeah.
So like she just literally potter around the world. Making music.
I was at Edinburgh Fringe last year and I ran into her there. I literally just was like, Chloe. But she's really lovely. And then Choose Your Future are doing like 3 shows, aren't they? They're doing 5, 6 and 7. In between the shows, we've got Alan Roper.
Alan Roper's a great musician. And did you see his Facebook post?
Yeah, his Facebook post was, I finally got a gig.
Finally got a gig!
Which is really cool.
Alan did a sort of a little music gig for us last year. He's a great musician, so I'm really sort of excited for people to listen to his work.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? And then we move into the Community Projects play, which is our community theatre play this year, which is Dead in Oldham, which is actually written by Kathy Crabb, who does sort of facilitated.
So like Kathy got commissioned to write this play years ago, but it was created with a group of people. And one of the best things, I think it's amazing, I think there should be more plays like this. Like Dead in Oldham started with a certain group of people sort of being led by Kathy Crabb, and then the play over probably 12 years has changed, and things have been added, things have been taken away. I think you've written a scene or two for it. I think there's been a youth group written. Do you know what I mean? So it's like evolved. So it's a play that continues, keeps evolving, depending on who you've got working on it. So although it did start with Kathy Crabb and the people that she was working with at that time, it's had so many different versions of the play, and now it's Opan's
now it's this
Dead
version.
in Oldham version of it, because we've used some of the stories that we've talked to the lived experience people that we interviewed for with Open, that we've used their stories and we've put them as part of that play. I just think it's a really interesting concept for a piece of work that never stops. Do you know what I mean? That just continuously evolves, sort of thing. It's well cool.
Yeah, I love it. I love the play, and we've got a really cool community cast of about 15 people. Is there
Fingers crossed, Jake. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. People keep dropping out. Well,
Could be.
There might be a one-person play.
On
it's just
Tuesday,
gonna be
I was putting myself in it. I was like, I'm really good in this character. I think I might be it.
But our community projects is all people from the local community who just want to give something a go. And usually we make a big play. And then we do loads of other creative stuff over the year. It's like a weekly thing that we do year round.
Yeah.
And it's a really
if anybody wants to do any acting or anything, or writing or directing, please just come and be part of our community, because it's like, it's free, open to all, and everybody's welcome.
Yeah, it's a really nice group as well. Yeah. And then after Dead in Oldham, we have Jazz, baby. Simone, the Crooked Cabaret.
Yeah.
I swear it's had about 5 different names, this show.
I think it's because you kept saying to me, what is it? And I was like, it's this. And then,
But it's called Simone, the Crooked Cabaret.
Yeah.
That's what I think it's called.
So it's an artist called, a jazz singer called Sarah Prince, who did sort of a work and development piece last year. And it's kind of stemmed from that. And it's about, she does like monologues, and then does the response to the monologue is like a jazz anthem or a version of a jazz anthem. Is that? So she's done lots of different, one of my favourite, I can't even remember. I was going down a track then, I can't remember.
But Sarah had one of the busiest shows last year at the festival.
Yeah,
so Sarah had a show on at the festival last year. It was one of the busiest. It was one of the rowdiest.
Yeah, it was really rowdy. The Lyceum said the bar had never been that. They're like going on, I want tequila. It's like, I don't
remember speaking
tequila.
to Ian at the Lyceum, and he was like, I've not sold Sambuca in 5 years. It's like, apparently they were just drinking Sambuca.
Yeah,
so if you fancy a good time, probably Sarah Prince's show is the place to be.
Yeah, and it'll be a really nice way to end the day, really, watching a bit of jazz. And and it's good. I mean, it's not, it's like, it is really, it always makes me feel happy every time I watch it anyway.
I think that was always one of our aims when we started Dare to Create Oldham Arts Festival, was to try and make everything as affordable as possible, with a dream of like actually events at the festival being free.
Yeah.
So I think what's really nice is this year we've got about 33% of the shows that are completely free for people to attend, whether that is stuff on that free Oldham day or whether it's stuff within the She Who Dares days, or there's loads of events that are on for free, which is really nice.
And we're doing it as everything else is as cheap as possible, really. I mean,
we're cheaper than last year.
We're trying to make sure that the artists themselves get a decent amount for doing it.
Yeah.
So they're definitely not out of pocket.
Yeah.
But it just fits in with the whole point of why we created Dare to Know in the first place, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
It's like the idea that is arts and creativity shouldn't cost you, the earth to go and to be attend, and that's the whole. I think we've kind of got there with this festival. Would you say?
I do.
It hits our manifesto.
Yes. Nice, I like that.
It's the first time I think I feel quite happy about the. I mean, the festival last year was amazing. It was like, oh yeah, we're putting a festival, we're doing that, but there wasn't loads of it free, was there?
No.
Not last year.
I think there was only like a couple of events. that were free.
Yeah. This year, a third of it's free, and it kind of it's doing exactly what we said that we set out to do, to be make sure that art was accessible for everybody, and that money wasn't a barrier, really.
Yeah.
And also, I think there's every different type of art form on that day. Because you've forgotten Common Word, who's also free. Yeah. You're doing a comedy showcase or something.
They have their thing called the Comedy Project, and they're doing a showcase. So it's loads of new comedians.
So it's comedy, dancing, music, dance,
theatre, podcasting,
art, workshops.
Yeah.
All the different art forms.
So what's that? 7 different art forms in one day, all completely free.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's a really nice opportunity if you just want to give things a crack.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't know if I like theatre. Come and have a look.
Exactly.
I don't know if I like painting on walls.
Yeah.
Come and have a go. I don't know if I like speaking into a microphone. I don't. But come and have a go at it. I think that's the nice thing. And I think it is, when we first started Dare to Know Theatre, we always had a thing of like, we would go and watch shows and it's like 20 quid a ticket, 25 quid a ticket, 30 quid a ticket. Yeah. It's like, I can't afford to pay that. No. And I don't know who can afford to pay that. And especially the people who I associate with, who I'm friends with, who my family can't afford to flunk £30 per ticket. So I think what's really nice is our tickets, they're capped at £10 per show. So a show can't be more expensive than £10. There's £8 concessions. That includes people who are just facing financial difficulty or just can't afford the full price. Our workshops are a £5. And then
pay it forward tickets, which are really, really, really important, because we got so many people who would, happily to support us, and they kind of follow everything we do, but obviously it's August, people go on holiday and things like that.
People go for Fringe.
And it's a way to support us we never want to do crowdfunders and things like that, because I always think that for crowdfunders should be people like who've lost a kidney or something like that. I don't know. Do you know things that are like important?
Yeah.
Not like oh, we're putting on a show, pay us to do that.
Yeah.
It's important. But these pay it forward tickets can make a massive difference, which means that we can go and reach out to groups of people who wouldn't be able to afford to go to the theatre, and we can offer these tickets to them for free to any of the shows. So it's not just, so we're not just saying there's free tickets for those particular shows. We've got free tickets for all the shows throughout the festival via these pay it forward tickets.
Yeah.
So if you can't come, if you're on holiday, I don't care. Buy a pay it forward ticket, and then we can make sure that it gets given to somebody who wouldn't be able to attend otherwise.
Yeah, because that then also
I'm going to pull
means...
you up on. I'm going to pull you up on something that you just said there.
What did I say?
You just said it's not important. And I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But what you're doing with the pay it forward is, it is. I mean, that's great. That's a way of doing it, and that's brilliant. People, it's the same kind of thing as a crowdfunder or whatever. But what you're bringing to the town, for that week. And I've gone and booked a holiday, so I'm here for the Friday, and I'm honestly gutted. Like
Cancel it, Matt.
I know. I'm going to Tuscany, and as much as I'm gutted that I'm not going to be here, I think I'll get over it while I'm away. But no, honestly, I am gutted that I'm going to be missing it, because it does sound absolutely brilliant, and it is really important. And this is what I love about you guys. This is why I love being where we are at 1853, that I've got to know you guys through this, and I am gutted. The next year I'm going to make sure I block it out and say, right, don't book anything.
We've
for
not
that.
known what the date's going to be.
But you are bringing something important to Oldham, and you're doing it because you think it's important and you think it's needed, and it wasn't happening otherwise. And that's what I love about you guys. I love the fact that you see a space and you think it needs filling, and we're not going to wait around for somebody to fill it. We're going to fill it, and you've built on what you did last year, and it's going to be better this year, and next year it'll be even better. And I just think massive kudos to you both for doing, and for everybody who's helping you and supporting you that do this. It's really important, and it's brilliant that you do.
We think it's incredibly important. I wasn't like sort of belittling what we're doing, but what I think is, I think what's really. I think it's important. I think the festival is important, and I think it's important for people of Oldham to come to this festival, because there is nothing else to come to.
Yeah. There's literally nothing else going on.
So like, for the average Oldhamer, there isn't anything. There isn't that much of that's going on. And one of the saddest things about having to sort of ask people for money, which we don't, do you know what I mean? We hate doing, and I hate the idea of having to advertise the pay it forward tickets. But is that the fact that we actually we're not getting any support from the powers that be, really, are we? We're not getting any support from Oldham Council. We're not getting any support from the local theatre company, which, it's in their remit and their Arts Council funding to support local artists. And I think I can't believe that we're doing it sometimes, because it's like, for why? What is the purpose? We're not getting any funding. Everything's profit share. So,
but you've met that thing where you want to offer something affordable to the people, but you also want to pay the people who are getting involved, who are giving their time, their expertise, all the years that they've put into developing their craft, and that needs paying. So it highlights the issues that and valuing creativity and not having to wait for handouts and things, but how do you get over that barrier? And I just want to mention the third space that I'm doing, which is, there are businesses in Oldham that need to get behind things like this, that need to put money into things like this through sponsorship and all that kind of stuff, because it brings value to the town, it brings people into the town.
All these builders that are coming in, do you know what I mean? They've got to give some money to the people, placemakers and things like that. They've got to give part of their funding to it, so they've got to be able to find. So I think the third space is going to be a great idea for actually to help people find.
It's going to be amazing.
Find us,
because you should be giving. There should be people wanting to give you money to say, pay your artists, promote it, keep the cost down.
It's like the fact that the amount of social media we get, we're pushing every time we do something on social media at the moment, we get about 1,000 views. Imagine if that ad sponsored by on it. Do you know what I mean? The amount of free advertising that we're getting.
Yeah, and we absolutely hammer our social media as well. So it is like, it is huge. I think that it is important of like, because actually like, Oldham's just been given Town of Culture, which is huge, and they have had a pot of money to be able to offer out to things like this that are going on, and we did apply,
and we didn't get it.
So
which honestly is absolutely fucking crazy. And whoever's responsible for that needs to. I mean, I'd love to get that person on this podcast to explain why, because how much more do you need to do, and how much more support?
And I wouldn't mind, but we tried to talk to the people who were giving out the money. We've emailed them a couple of times and asked them to, just to meet with us, so we could introduce ourselves, so we could actually sort of say, this is who we are, this is what we do, so you can get a really good understanding of why we might be asked, why it might be relevant for us to have that banner on this poster. Do you know I mean the fact that we're not sponsored by Oldham when it's the town? It's the town of culture, and we're the biggest cultural event of the entire year. And that is not me blowing my trumpet. I am literally saying this is the biggest cultural event of the year, and we're not sponsored. By the town of culture. But then, we're not. But apparently, we're not Rise Up.
I think is it called the Rising Up?
The Rising Up. We're not rising up.
But it's also like it's hard, isn't it? Because it's obvious that we're doing this off our own back. We don't make... So even if it did get funded, that money would go into the artists that are on.
Absolutely,
it'd go into making the event as beautiful as possible. It'd go into how the audience is experienced.
I'd love to pay the people who run it. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to pay, our event manager. I'd love to pay.
You guys deserve to be paid for what you're doing as well. Let's not beat around the bush. You're doing it for those reasons, and it's very, very commendable. But you also, when you put on a festival like this, at least somewhere down the line, you need to be rewarded for what you do as well.
But it's like when I was talking. I might have been talking to chat. I might have been.
You just outed yourself.
Yeah. So, but I was thinking about what is the purpose? So, like 7 years ago, Dare to Know didn't exist. So 7 years ago, this didn't exist. This festival wasn't even thought of and everything like that. So, what was the purpose of Dare to Know? So, I think I know my purpose. What was your purpose of doing it?
To have a platform to put our work out into the world, but then also I think when we first started, we sort of noticed there was nowhere really that was accessible for you to be able to platform your work.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the early things that we noticed. We really struggled to get work on places unless we were doing it ourselves. We really struggled to get support from some of the bigger venues and some of the bigger regional theatres in the country, because they're all staffed, and they're all full-time staffed, and they're all so busy. They just don't have the time or the resources to be able to do it. So like to be able to platform our work and to be able to offer that platform to other people, I think that's something that's been really important to us. For as long as it can be, because unfortunately, from 7 years ago to now, there aren't any more opportunities. There are less opportunities. There's less money. There's less spaces. So actually, we've regressed as an industry. We're regressing. And I think that's what's really nice is with this festival, we were able to so we put an open call out for artists and whatever art form it was, and every single person that got in touch, we've offered a slot to.
More or less.
I think was there a couple? Was there a couple that we didn't?
I think the only people who didn't offer slots to were the people who came with half-formed ideas, if that makes sense.
We needed stuff that were more concrete.
We needed something that was kind of ready to go or could be ready to go, that type of thing.
Because I think that's what's annoying. It's like everything at the minute is about supporting brand,
emerging. What the bloody hell is emerging?
Yeah, what the fuck's emerging?
When's emerging? When are you not emerging? Well, am I emerging? I don't know. I'm fucking emerging now. Do you know what I mean? What do you have to be? I think you have to be under 25 to emerge.
Yeah. Have I emerged?
You were fully emerged. You're fucked. You are fucked. You've got no young writer schemes left. No. You're buggered.
But all the sort of money is going into people doing it for the first time, which is great, and it's all about supporting emerging artists. But it's not supporting the artists who are doing it. And those artists aren't necessarily getting paid. Or those are just because they're making work there's so many people who are professionals that are not getting paid for the work that they're doing. And the people, the money's not trickling down.
No. It used to trickle down. It doesn't trickle down now.
It stops somewhere. And it's amazing to offer these opportunities to brand new and emerging artists, but all of our money can't go into that.
No.
Because also it's like those people are doing it they need to be given a shot at it. They need to be given the opportunity to do it. That especially right at the beginning, there's a certain point where people have got to get paid, and it's amazing when they do. But actually, we've got to rethink about where that money's going, essentially. Because if we're spending tens of thousands of pounds supporting somebody putting on work for the first time, where's the return on investment in that money?
Exactly.
Because it's not coming out of the end product. So it needs to be put in front of an audience if you're investing that money. It needs to be put in front of a paid audience. And unfortunately, the quality of the work isn't quite at the level as it should be to be able to be put in front of a paying audience. Whereas actually, if we're investing our money in artists who've got the credibility and the skills to be able to platform work and put it in front of an audience, maybe that money should go towards their work.
Yeah, absolutely. Or at least even being offered.
Yeah, just offer. That'd be nice.
Or even so people could apply for it rather than every single artistic opportunity that's for our level of this in this town has not been an open offer. There has been no application process. Everything's just word of mouth. It's nepotism at its finest. And it's literally not even going to the people of Oldham. Do you know what I mean? It's going to anywhere else but Oldham. The jobs are not going to the people of Oldham. You might have been born here, but you've not lived here for 20 bloody years. Do you know what I mean?
You're not suffered.
You're not suffered like we have. But also, it's like everything seems to be is continuously being done behind closed doors. It's like the application process for the town of Culture. If our application wasn't right, come back and talk to us. If we're not suitable for the for that process, come back and talk to us. Do not just leave us without any bloody funding whatsoever. And the only time they've received funding for culture, and the biggest cultural organisation, more or less, don't even get an opportunity to access it. It's completely wrong. Do you know what I mean? Because everything's behind a closed door.
I think that's what was upsetting is like when we spoke to the people at the council who were in charge of the fund, and we were asking how that fund was getting distributed. They were like, they were working on it,
There's a form.
And then they just sent us a Google form. And it was like,
okay.
Oh,
so that's how little they care about what Dare to Know do, and that's really, really frustrating. And I don't want to be...
it could sound, and playing devil's advocate as someone who's listening to the conversation, it could sound like sour grapes to some people.
It is sour grapes.
Right,
It is because that leaves you in that situation of what do you do? Do you pull your big girl knickers up and just get on with it, or do you tant and scream and kick? But what will get Dare to Know noticed? That's what I want to genuinely find. What will give us the opportunity to help more people in our local town? Because next year, going into the festival next year, how many artists have we helped from Oldham? 63 in the festival.
63 artists.
63 Oldham artists. Yeah. So we've managed to help 63 Oldham artists. Let's have a look at how many that other people are helping across that borough. And this is only for a very short period of time. So for a week, we've helped 63 Oldham artists produce their work. There needs to be a little bit of recognition for the sort of, what we are doing. And if in my head, my recognition was coming from getting that little logo on the bottom of our it almost feels like we're not part of that cultural year now. We're not part of Oldham.
It seems like being objective, trying to be objective and looking at it from, but it does feel like a snub.
It does.
From your point, I can understand why from your point of view, because there's no one here to kick back, and they're very welcome. People are welcome to come back and talk about why. But the first time I met you was at that music thing at Oldham College, Oldham Library. And you were saying the same things back then, and I could feel the frustration in what you were saying, and it's still going on. But you are just getting on with it, and maybe that's why they think, oh well, they're perfectly capable of getting on with it themselbles. But that's not really the point, is it? No. You still need that support.
It's just a little bit of recognition.
100%.
But it's basically saying we don't exist in Oldham. Even though we've been named as one of the Oldham's cultural assets. And what we're with third on the list in the cultural assets.
I think that's why it feels particularly like a snub, is because it's all right for them to name us
and
when
use
it
our
serves
name
them to get the funding in.
In
the application process, they can name
use
us.
our data.
But they've never given us a penny.
No.
They've never given us a penny. So then it is like, so it's all right for you to use us, when it serves you and when you get the money out of it. But when it's time to repay that favour and for us to get paid from you, that we're then snubbed for that. And to be honest,
and the amount that we applied for is nominal, and that doesn't really matter. Even if it was for, we applied for a larger fee, but it wasn't massive compared to how much culture
I think people are going to think that we've been applying for like tens of thousands of pounds.
No,
it was like £3,000.
£3,000.
That was the maximum you could apply for, wasn't it? It was like between 500 and 3,000.
But even if they'd come back and said, we can't give you £3,000, guys, because we've got to share it, and I'd be like, that's fine. It's like, here's 500. That would have been fine, but it's the lack of communication.
Yeah,
so it always all boiled down to a Google form and without you without you seeing what we can do for you.
Yeah.
And actually, what annoys me is that Oldham themselves would have used all our data, and we know how much people love data. They could have put that, and during this year, 800 people saw so many free events and blah, blah, blah. And it's like they've missed a trick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? By using art, for things like that, for when they come to, apply for further funding.
Because that's the other annoying thing is like, actually, by just making it a Google form application, it makes it the least accessible thing in the world.
Yeah.
Some people just aren't good at filling out forms. You can't judge their entire creativity and work by one form.
No, it's
how can you?
It's so unfair. It's so anti-working class.
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels like. Am I not clever enough to fill the form in? Do I not know the correct words? Am I just not? You know what I mean? And literally,
I'm not using the correct
we're not
language.
using the correct language because that's the barrier in itself. If I'd maybe gone to university and got a degree in event management or I don't know form filling in, I might be able to fill the form in properly. Yeah. So literally, we're not clever enough to do that. So what is it? We're not clever enough. We're not
good enough.
Good enough. We're not the right type of person that it belongs in the arts. Yeah. That's kind of what it feels like. That and it sounds like this is not just against the council. Other arts organisations, we're just not good enough to be in the room.
Yeah.
And that's the really sad thing. And one of the reason why I asked you the question in the first place is why, this didn't exist 7 years ago. Why did we do it? One of my reasons was to get into the rooms. Do you know what I mean?
Are you Hamilton? Do you want to be in the room where it happens?
My shot. No. But do you know what I mean? The idea is, it's like, how much do you need on your CV? How much do you need to prove to people that you can do this? Look at me. I'm a producer. Look at me. I'm a director. Look at me. You know what I mean? I can do this. And the doors still remain shut. And that's where the frustration comes from.
I get it completely. I get it completely.
And it does, but the worry is it does sound like you're just having a tent.
I don't want this podcast to end on a negative note because I think it's been, the first part of the episode was you guys talking with such passion, excitement, and enthusiasm about all the quality that exists in this town, is from this town, and you're trying to shine a light on that. Yeah. And that is exactly what Oldham Town of Culture is supposed to be. Is about shining a light on the culture. Yeah. Do it despite it. Do it regardless. And do what we can to try and move these things forward. So next year, I hope after my events, we'll have brought some businesses in, and we'll try and help each other, and we'll do it despite. And then hopefully at some point they'll latch on and go, actually, maybe we should try and support some of these guys that are doing things privately. Because we're independent and we're private businesses doesn't mean we don't need support. And we're trying to bridge that gap between being a business and being creatives and work with other people. And it needs more support. We're not just an outright business where we're trying to do things that are good for the town. We're trying to do things that are good for people. We're trying to platform things, and we need support with that.
But at a certain point, those are the people in the organisations that actually need the most support, because we're both working class people that to be fair, we're not the best at filling in forms, or we're not the best in time management, or schmoozing, or networking, or meeting people, or what we are good at doing is the shit that we do, and we'll be good at being proactive about it. And I don't know whether at a certain point doing it despite it is the rod that breaks our back, because they'll know that we'll do it despite it, so they won't put that money there, because they're going to go. They'll do it anyway.
Yeah, but I think the worst thing about it is that by not doing that support, it's like the only people that they're hurting are the people of Oldham.
Yeah.
Do you mean that's the people that they're actually who's having a massive knock-on effect? Because the question is, should we do another festival, and can we do another festival? Do you know what I mean? It's like, should we? I mean, you know what I mean? It's like when you're doing that, because actually it's like without any support, actually we're flogging ourselves from, when do we start work on this? March? All the way through January. To August, all the way through. Do you know what I mean? The amount of hours that we put into it is ridiculous. We do it because of our love for theatre, our love for our belief in our company, for Dare to Know, love for Oldham, and the love. You know what I mean? And the idea of and the idea is that actually we want to carry on developing as artists. That's kind of why we're doing it, isn't it? Yeah. And at some point, it'd be great if somebody's noticed.
And let's not be around the bush to the fact that it's fucking hard work.
Yeah,
it
really
is long
hard
hours.
Work, yeah.
Every single member of our team works a full-time job outside of working with
and what you're highlighting as well is that you have to blow your own trumpet because nobody else will do it for you. And that's where it's like you say, look, this is not sour grapes. This is us trying to get noticed because of the work that we do, how hard we work, what we feel we have to offer. And if we don't say it, and if we don't scream and tant a little bit, nobody's going to notice it. No one's going to do it for us. And that's the same with as an artist, as a musician, as a podcast producer, as a painter, to all the people within this building. It's up to us. But then that's not necessarily our skill set. It's not necessarily our gift. We don't necessarily have the platforms. So the council, for example, have the ability to raise the profile of, let you do what you do and elevate the profile. And that is where the frustration is lying. You're not asking them to do anything other than just give you some elevation and help put you out there so that more people in the town know what you're doing. And if you can give you a few quid as well to help you might spend that entire might be on marketing. You might spend it on promotions, on ads, on printing, whatever, to help elevate and get more people involved. And that's where the frustration is. And I get it. And look, you've done an amazing job at getting this going again for the second year. I'm sure it's going to be even better.
Yeah, it's going to be.
And I hope it doesn't. I hope it fuels you to do it again next year, make it bigger and better. And hopefully, there's a bit more support.
I think there is something in that working class attitude, isn't there? Of you're doing well, but I'm not going to shout about it. I don't want it. And it's the working class shame of doing well. And there's something in that. But
there is.
This year's festival is bigger. It's bigger. It's better. It's less days, but it's bigger. The quality is going to be better. It's bigger and better than last year.
There's something for everybody as well.
Yeah,
and
it reflects Oldham. And that like you guys do. It's not. It's Oldham is not a pretentious, arty-farty place. It's a working class town, and the type of work that you do reflects the town, the people that you bring. So it's reflective. It's not trying to be something it isn't. Yeah. And I think a lot of people, when you talk about accessing arts and theatre, they think it's something that is not going to resonate with them and not relatable to them. But what you guys do is relatable to Oldham and the people of Oldham. And I think that's important for people to understand.
That was always that was our sort of manifesto from the start, innit? That everyone's got 30 quid in their pocket and you can either go and spend it at Wetherspoons or you can go and watch a play. But actually, you've got 30 quid in your pocket. What you can do is buy a festival pass that covers 5 days of events. So every single event at the festival for 30 quid, which is probably the same as what you might spend in Wetherspoons on Worthingtons. I don't know.
I think you'd struggle.
I think you would as well.
I don't know, I've been there a few times. It's more when you've got cider for $1.99 and I'm going to have a whale of a night for 30 quid.
But it's also if you've booked a festival pass or if you've booked a ticket to an individual show, it's not going to break the bank. And also, once you get into the venue and once you get into the show, we're also not going to rinse you for all your money. We're not going to be selling crap. We've got drinks really cheap. We've got soft drinks, alcoholic drinks really cheap. So it's not like you're going to come away from it going, I've been robbed.
And if you can afford to pay it forward,
you can also pay
it forward.
And Jake's made me promise not to buy Coors this year.
Yeah, no Coors Light, please.
But I like Coors.
I nearly murdered me last year.
Right, guys. So where do people find out more about the festival?
The best place is to head to our website, so www.daretoknowtheatre.com. Give our social media a follow.
Please. Social media would be amazing.
Hammering social media at the minute. The website and our social media is the best place to have a look.
Tell your friends. Bring a friend.
Do you know what sometimes is more valuable than people buying a ticket? People sharing things.
Yeah.
Because if someone buys a ticket, it's like £10 or something. But if they share something and 3 of their friends buy a ticket, it's £30. So like by sharing something and by getting the word out there and by people knowing, because I think that was something that we were always fuming about with Oldham Council events. It's like nobody actually knows they're fucking on. so like, how can we get?
You're in the middle of town. What's going on?
It's true though.
Why is there a carnival?
It's true.
What's this now?
So I think that's one of our big aims, is to make sure that every single person in Oldham knows this festival's going on. Yeah. And if they don't decide to come, they don't decide to come. That's their decision. But I don't want them to not come because they didn't know it was happening.
Yeah.
So if anyone who listens to this can share a post,
that'd be amazing.
Share something, come and watch something. Then.
And we'll try not to tant if we see you.
No, we won't do. We're cheery people.
You've had this session to do that, haven't you? Which is fine.
This has been like therapy. It does feel like we're in a therapy room.
I love this space.
I should charge therapy rates.
I know.
Yeah, I think you actually should.
Yeah.
I think I think it's really important if you are listening to this podcast. And not, this is the whole point of this podcast as well as our art podcast. We've got to get behind each other. We've got to support each other. We've got to get our, our peers and compatriots. We've got to support the work they do. And sometimes that is just a case of share, quick comment on a post. You've done your bit. It makes a huge difference, doesn't it, to the algorithms? It really does.
And it's really bad because we're really bad at it as well. Because it's like it does take time, it does take effort, but it does go a long way.
Sharing a post does not take effort. I do it all the time. If I see one of your things come up, I like it, and I press regram or whatever it is on Instagram. It's that easy.
Is that the purple circle?
You just repost it, and that's it, and that's all you need to do. It takes, and then you scroll on to the next one. So, listening to this podcast shouldn't be an effort for people. I don't think that are in this building, and or in this town. But maybe it is. I don't know. But let's all get behind each other. Let's help each other.
And sometimes, like coming to watch something is quite a scary thing to do. Coming out and coming to experience something new is a scary thing to do. But we're friendly people.
We are.
And you're brave, and it says it in your title. You dared, or
we do dare.
We dare to know.
Yeah, we dare to know where all that fucking money's gone.
Anyway, let's stop now.
That was a great place. That's a great place.
Thanks, Matt, for having us on. Yeah, it's Jesus. We have got to be in our bonnet.